Alright, Unit 1, Formative 1, Day 2, Order of Operations with Integers. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and start off with a... Alright, and if you remember, we have a number line here, 0. So all the numbers to the right are getting bigger, and those are the positives. And if we go to the left of 0, we have a negative numbers, -1, -2, and the farther we go left, the smaller the number is. Okay, for example, -3 is larger than -4 because it's more to the right. Okay, so now let's start. Okay, the first one we have is 1 plus 2. Now, all of us know 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, but on a number line right here, if we start with number 1, okay, and we add 2, we get 3. That's why 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay. All right, let's start at number 2. We're going to start at number 4 here, and we're going to add a -3. Now, negatives means we're going to go to the left, so I'm going to add -3, which means I'm going to go left 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I am right here at 1. So 4 plus -3 is 1. Alright, number 3, -2. Start here with -2. And I'm going to add a -1. Now remember, -1s go to the left. So I'm going to add a -1. It means I'm going to go to the left one. And my answer is -3. Alright, so we have -3 plus 4. So -3, we're going to start at the -3, and we have a +4. That means we're going to move to the right 4 spaces. So don't forget the 0. And when we go on our number line and we move to the right 4 spaces, we end up at 1. Let me change colors there. So we have 1. Okay. Number 5. Now we can also, well, going back, we can also write that 4 minus 3 because both 4s are positive and both 3s are negative. Okay. Number 5, 4 plus -6. So I have 4, so I'm over to my 4. And my -6 means I'm going to move to the left 6 spaces. So I'm going to go back to the 0, okay, back 4, and then 2 more, and that gives me -2. Okay. Also remember, whichever number is bigger, okay, the sign's going to take that. So 6 is greater than 4, bigger than 4, so we're going to take the negative as the answer, okay, if they're opposite signs. All right, number 6. Okay, we have -3 plus -7, so I'm at -3. And then I want to move the left 7 more because it's a -7. Okay. Now people get a little confused on this, but if you're adding 2 negatives, your answer is going to be negative. It's like saying you owe me $3 and you owe me $7, so you owe me 10 total. Okay. All right. Next one, 7 is 2 minus 4, so we're going to start at the 2. Okay. Now -4 is the same thing as -4, so that means I'm going to go left 4. So if I'm at a +2 and I go left 4, I end up at -2. Alright. Now, also if you remember, if they're opposite signs, like this 2 has a positive and this 4 is negative, they're opposite signs, you can take the difference in the two numbers. Okay, the difference of 2 and 4 is 2. And then you take the sign of the larger number, which would be the 4 in this case. Okay. All right, next one, 8 is 4 minus a -6. So I'm going to start at 4, okay, and then I'm going to go left negative, but then I have a -6, okay. So these two being 2 lefts actually cancel each other out and make it a right. So I'm at 4, and then I'm going to go over 6 more, which puts me at 10. Okay, so whenever you have 2 negatives right next to each other, it becomes a positive. Okay, all right, let's do multiplication and division. Now this is actually a little easier, but we tend to mix up the rules a little bit. So just to review the rules a little bit, okay, if you're multiplying 2 negatives, your answer is going to be a positive. If you're multiplying a negative times a positive, your answer is going to be a negative. And then, of course, the main one, if you're multiplying 2 positive, your answer is going to be positive. One way I like to look at this is when you're multiplying and dividing, negatives need to be in pairs. Okay, a negative always has to have a partner. Okay, so let's look at number 9. We have -2 times 8. Well, we know 2 times 8 is 16. Okay, but we have a negative times a positive, which puts us here, okay, so that we know our answer is a negative. Okay, now if you look, this negative didn't partner up with something, so my answer had to be a negative. Okay, Number 10, negative 3 times negative 5. Okay, 3 times 5 is 15. Now, we have a negative times a negative, so my answer is going to be a positive. This negative partnered up with this one, so we don't need another negative. Okay. Number 11, negative 84 divided by 14 is 6. Okay, now we have a negative divided by a positive. Now this negative here does not have anything to go with, doesn't have a partner, so it has to have a partner, so the answer has to be a negative. Last one, number 12, negative 39 divided by negative 13. Okay, that's 3. Now, these two paired up, they have partners, so we know our answer is going to be positive. Okay, that's it. You guys have a great day. Make sure you bring your notes into class.